That's not Bobby. I know. You're probably like, it's dark and he's got weird glasses and it's Bob. It's not Bobby. It's Jodie B. How are you, sir?
I'm good, Pat Oates. How the hell are you?
I am wonderful. Bobby will be joining us. He said gridlock traffic, so I don't know when he'll jump on, but he'll be jumping on soon. But appreciate you coming on. I had a great time on your podcast. It was a couple weeks ago.
Thank you, Pat.
You want to quickly let people know what your podcast is and what you do, and how you usually don't go do video because you're too handsome for the internet. So
Yeah, no, I can't. People would slide out of their chairs if they saw me in my glory, man. That's why I got to put the lights on so you don't see it all. No, I do. I do the PoBoys podcast. I've been doing it for like 7 years ish, and it's been a lot of fun. I meet people on the internet through Twitter or other podcasts and introduce myself. A lot of times throughout the episodes, it might be the first time I've ever spoken to that person. Like in your case, we had
right.
back and forth a little bit, but other than that, I jump right in the boat. I do a little research, and then I try to have a conversation with a fucking stranger. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes, it's in the early days I was still figuring it out, but like I've geared myself more towards kind of crass, funny dipshits. That's the last 40 episodes or so is going to be just people like me that I enjoy talking to. So it's nice. Nice.
Yeah, see, the perfect timing. You saying nice, and then we get a nice. It's all.
But no,
nice.
I consider myself a bit of a podcast whore for a while, Pat Oates. Like I made it a point to get on every show. Like you can Google search my show, or you can Google search Jodie B and podcasts, and there's probably 50 different shows that's going to show up. Like I try to get around as much as I can and meet people. And I just finished our show called The Rubberneckers. I did that for the last couple of years with my buddy Jamingo, and we had a good time. It was kind of like The View, but with dudes. We would sit around and go through topics and articles and make fun of each other, and it was a good time. So now I'm just kind of in the middle. I'm free agent at the moment, so I'm here tonight to hang out with you and hopefully fill out an application if Bobby doesn't show his ass up in the next 20 minutes.
You're getting people saying that you sound hollow. I think you sound fine to me, but whatever. I'm not really worried about it. But here, see, the people want to comment. Do you know these folks that one's yelling at you?
I know that guy. He's like 60 and deaf in 1 ear. Maybe go.
Oh, we have a couple of those. Like we have Richard Kish, who's also like 60 and deaf. So it's great that we have an audience that's up. They actually just woke up from
BT,
being old.
do me a favor. Why don't you go call your doctor or something? You might need to replace the battery in your fucking hearing aid,
But since I don't know you, I appreciate you helping us out with the sound. 60-year-old deaf man who's
it doesn't matter if you can hear as long as Pat can hear me. God damn it.
And if it sounds a little echoey, that's fine. You know how many problems I've had with audio in the years where I'm not telling anyone anything. Like I finally can now do this and be live streaming. But you and I, before we started, you were going to talk to me about the live streaming thing.
Yeah, you're doing a good job. Like it's last week I joined your show and I started doing the live chat thing that everybody does. I don't pay money because I'm not got money to drop to stream.
And we can't. I need more total views before I can get super chats. But I'm there on people, just not the view. So still, we can't get that anyway. But either way, I like it that it's small, then people can chat like now. Because if it's just me and Bobby, we can have fun. But if someone else jumps in and calls one of us a piece of shit, like that's fun to me. I can just
that's
jump in,
very fun, and I always will read those. Like that's the thing is, if it's funny or you fucking take a shot, then I'll fucking read that shit. But you got to think people like me are just jerk offs who are sitting there going, that's a funny joke. In the thing, you don't have to read that one. And of course, you're half blind, Pat, so you got to look down the barrel of your fucking glasses like a grandpa and go, Brr.
It's bad. These are. I actually went to the eye doctor last week, and I with the glasses on too. I still couldn't see half the shit on the chart. I'm like, I need better glasses. But he's like, and this guy was so Asian that he just goes, color. And I go, what? And he goes, you see color. And I go, I don't know what you're saying. And he goes, red, green. I go, oh, color. Yeah, I see that. He goes, you fine.
I have astigmatism.
They do the thing where you have to cover one eye. So the glasses off, he covers it. And then he had a pen light. And he was holding it way off to the side. And he goes, can you see that? I go, well, obviously not. You're holding it way off to the fucking side. He goes, just say you see it. So I just started saying I see it. He's like, oh, and he had to sign a paperwork for the DMV. So for me, so he was just like, I'll sign this thing, whatever. I'm like, then why are we even doing this? Just tell me.
You really trust your fucking eye doctor, Pat. I remember one of the last couple times I went, I had that thought when they were doing the glaucoma test. And basically they put the camera up in your eyeball and the doctor just sitting there and a thing. And I believe he said something like, so did you vote for Biden? And I'm just like, I don't want to talk about this right now. Can we do this when you don't have the hot pokey thing 3 inches from my eyeball?
Have you ever had to get the eye drops that dilute your eyes so when you walk outside, you're like a zombie in the sun?
Yeah.
Those are fun.
Well, that's what I'm saying. In that moment, I felt like the fucking first kid at Columbine. I didn't know what the right answer was because I'm here in Arkansas, and I was like, "Oh, this could go one of two ways." Neither.
Yeah, who was the first kid at Columbine? To get shot or to shoot?
There
Which
was
one do you
some
mean?
kid that one of those trench coat dick fucks walked.
The Trench Coat Mafia. That was a fun. It was a great name for a bunch of nerds, but that's a cool name.
It's a better band name, I think, than a couple nerds. But no, he said something about, "Do you believe in God or whatever?" And I don't know what the deal was. If she said yes, no, but I don't think she got shot. I don't know.
Oh, they had cool
it's a rhetorical
catchphrases.
question, Pat. When somebody asks something like that, like, what is the correct answer? Because it may or may not be what you think.
Yeah, because before that, trench coat was always just for perverts, and then it became shooter kids, and I think it's back to perverts now. I don't think anyone really rocks a trench coat now. It was detectives, perverts, school shooters.
Yeah, for the most part.
Nobody was just in the trench.
I don't even know why they call it a trench. I'm just saying it keeps your fucking legs warm. That's about it.
I guess if you were in a trench in a war, you could cover up like a tarp and nobody would see you because it's the same color as the fucking dirt.
Maybe you can look that up.
Yeah, look up why is it called a trench. You're like, Phil Trench invented it. You're like, oh, it's just stupid.
Yeah, it's because you're so dripping with pussy when you wear one that it keeps the trench up off you.
The Trench Up Off Ya sounds like the title of the album for the Trench Coat Mafia. Trench Up Off Ya would be perfect.
Take off your pants and jacket.
And jack it off. That's it. When I first started doing comedy, there was a guy that was his big joke, the jacket off. And I'm like, we all have seen Family Guy. Like, you can't do the thing you saw. He's like, well, they're not comics. I'm not stealing it. I'm like, you stole it from a TV show. Yeah, stop doing that on stage.
It's the lowest hanging fruit. It's on the ground, buddy. It's not even on the tree anymore.
It's on a pretty popular show.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a Beastie Boys album, I think. Take off your pants and jacket.
Right, but then but at that time, it was Family Guy. Like, it was a big little sketch they did on it, where they did the jacket off and they sold the whole thing. You can jack it off here. You can jack it off there. It was a whole fucking dopey. It's been done. That's probably been a perverted joke since the beginning of jackets and jerking off. When the first person noticed that you could call taking your penis in your hand, it's calling it jacking it, which I wonder where that comes from. Was that from a guy named Jack who did it first?
Jack Mehoff, I think legend has it.
Oh, Jack Mehoff. I thought it was Jack Mehoffer, but I guess it's just Jack Mehoff.
He's just some Swiss guy sitting up in his cottage touching his dick one day. He sounds like the Swedish chef.
I do like the idea of the guy who was like first just masturbating. He's like, I don't even know how to spell that. Is there a U? I think there's a U. And then they're like, I got to call it something else. And he just came up with 1,000 names for jerking off.
Maybe.
I think it was one guy brainstorming it all.
I wonder if it was a master-slave thing. So he's masturbating and he's just like beating it with a whip or something.
Or that's how you would bait your master into the bar by pulling on his dick. And he would walk in and then you'd beat him and take his land. That's how they revolted. That was actually the beginnings of Django. They didn't show that.
Oh, I see. That was the Boston Tea Party. It was over.
The Boston Tea Bag Party. It was all there. It was. I've been to Boston. They love a good ball sack in your mouth.
I don't know if I could handle Boston. Like being from a place like Arkansas where the language is a bit shifty, I feel like Boston is one of the top 3 most annoying accents in my vernacular. I've met people from all over the world.
I can handle a Southern accent so much more than a Boston or Rhode Island accent any day of the week.
I think Theo Vaughn made the joke the one time he ever made me laugh was something along the lines of like a Louisiana, a Cajun accent is basically just a Bostonian but on Valium.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
it's not untrue. I've heard plenty of fucking hillbillies, down here, minded dang old, and it is very similar to Bostonian. So you gotta ask between the two, like where you from, Boston or Lafayette.
I always thought Boston accent was just that everyone that lived there had a little bit of Down syndrome.
Yeah.
And they just got together so much that if you take a retarded voice and you just educate it a little, it's Boston.
We let one of them be president once. That shit's hilarious. That's probably why he got shot. People just couldn't stand listening to his goddamn speeches anymore.
Yeah, we let a Bostonian be president before an Italian. Still no Italian presidents.
We got to work stronger together and harder to make America the place that it's going to be. Yeah.
They shot him in the head.
Yeah. Fucking shut the fuck up.
Say an R. They're like, it wasn't the gassy knoll. Say an R.
Piece of shit.
God. So,
Jesus.
before, I know you have a POS story. I was going to wait for Bobby. Before we do those two there, I've got one that I went to. You obviously, I know I'm saying this, but like obviously all over the country there are Targets, right? You have a Target store.
Like the store? Yeah, Target.
Just making sure everyone here knows things that they are.
This is Walmart country, bitch. Like it was invented here, but I understand we do have Targets around here. It's for
No,
the
you never know. Like, we have Walmart's last ever. This is how bad of the area I live in. Walmart closed. It's like when you can't keep a Walmart going in a shitty area, what are you doing?
Yeah, that's wild, dude. Because they put Walmarts everywhere now.
Yep, and we got rid of one. So I was at a Target the other day. I'm gonna find this fucking thing here. Where are we? Window.
But yeah, that's the bougie redneck joint. Like if you don't want to go to Walmart with all the common folks, you can go to Target and pay a little bit more for your fucking clothes. That's about it.
Oh, I'm not finding the fucking thing. Oh, that's great. Wonderful. My technology is great. Get off there. I don't give a fuck. We don't need it.
Blowing the whole
So
time.
without it, we don't even. I have the power of talking.
Use your words.
I was at Target.
Okay.
And I was walking down the aisle. I was trying to go to the toothpaste aisle, and there was 3 Target employees in that aisle blocking it. So I was like, I'll walk around through another aisle before that to go around.
Sure.
And I went through the aisle with all the suppositories and lady diapers and all that stuff. And as I was walking by, I turned my head and I noticed something that said, "Little Sucker." And I'm like, what is that? And then next to it, it said, men's pleasure. And then I realized Target sells sex toys.
Oh, shit.
I did not know this. And they come in a box, no pun intended, they come in a box that looks like children's Motrin. It's like the orange box with the color underneath. And I'm like, that's very similar to something that for kids. And there was 3. There was like the penis pleasure, the vagina pleasure, and the little sucker.
Pat Oates, that was the little sucker that's in the child section, probably.
Maybe, but then I was mad because I looked at it. And little sucker is not for your penis; it's for your vagina to suck on the good parts.
Okay, so you just attach it to the bean. You squeeze it.
A bean sucker, and then there's a penis pleasure one with rib for your own pleasure, and then there's another vagina. There's one a guy can fuck, and then a lady can put in there, whatever. And they're all at Target, and they were all on sale.
Yeah, I was about to say, Pat, how many of these things did you buy? Because
I was asked that. I posted this on social media, and many people asked me, and I said I bought them all, and I used them, and I'm selling them gently used on Facebook Marketplace. So
gently used because you didn't get that far into it. I get it.
No, because I'm a gentle lover. It's what I do.
Yeah,
but.
I've seen those before. I think I might have bought some for my wife for a goof, like Valentine's Day, but not for a pussy or anything. It was for the nipples. Like it's like a little suck.
At Target?
Not at Target, on Amazon.
Right. Like that's what I'm saying. So I am not one of these people that's against. There's a lot of men out there that are mad if a woman uses a sex toy because they're like, that's going. It's not. They're saying they don't want me, or they take it as a shot at their manhood. I don't give a shit if a lady's having a good time. If I can jerk off all day, you can play with yourself all day. I like it when I'm with a girl and she uses it on herself. It's cool foreplay to watch and whatever. I can play with it too.
Let's jerk off together, gal. Let's do that.
It's known. You can search it. It's called mutual masturbation. Have a good time, and you can enjoy the hell of it all you like. I have no problem with that. I have no problem with someone going out and buying sex toys. I don't have a problem. A lot of people have a problem with it being at Target because they said, well, if kids can see it. And that's what someone else on my Facebook page wrote. Well, that's weird because at Walmart, they're locked up, which I was like, holy shit, I didn't even know Walmart had them. And weirder that it's locked up. So you have to go ask for it at Walmart, which is even worse than having just to go get it, hide it in your hand, and go to the self-checkout, which seems like a better move to do than ask them to get the key next to the baby formula and get the sucker.
It's a fucking problem that causes itself, Pat, because in the Walmart, you do have to go ask to get condoms or whatever the thing is, and it's like, it's only because kids need condoms and they steal them, right? Like, that's why you lock anything up in a store so it doesn't get stolen. So
I used to think that, but I worked retail, and I think it's there slightly also to embarrass, especially Walmart, because they like to have that videos of the people of Walmart, and now they can show you a whole section of the weirdos that are buying sex toys.
I like to. You want to play right back at them. You say, "Excuse me, miss, can I get these sensation Trojan condoms right here?" And then you go, "Can you show me where the dressing room is?"
Yeah, I'd like to try it on. I have a receipt for this here.
Yeah.
It's also, ma'am, I want to know if this works. Can you use it on yourself first to let me know how this goes?
Come back out and flick it at her face and go, "It didn't fit. I need something smaller."
I guess my problem with it is I don't like the fact that it's that a big mom and pop sex shops are getting taken over by the giant mega store. I don't think that's fair. I think that's the one thing left that I thought you could go to a small little weird bookshop, sex shop, whatever, and they knew no one's fucking with our market.
You're mad. You're mad for the little man. That big dildo is going to come around and put mom and pop dick emporiums out of business, Pat.
That guy doesn't need to have a regular job. The guy who sells double-fisted dildos, if he goes out of business, he's now in our face. He's working somewhere that he could interact with. We need him away. This was a perfect move.
I'm kind of on your side a little because, like, anything's a dildo if you're brave enough, Pat. I've heard.
If you believe.
And it's Target. You think I can't go to the plunger section or the doorknob section? Like, I can find something to fuck if I'm a lady in need or if I'm a man. I can get a parking cone or go buy a Cabbage Patch Kid and cut the asshole out of it. I can do plenty of things in a Target that.
I mean, we've all learned that from a movie that you could fuck a pie if you have to. I mean, it was the theme of a movie.
I don't know if they sell pie at Target, but they should now. But that's the point. Is just like it is an odd choice, being that like if you should let the kids be crafty and go make their own fuck toys at a Target.
But I know we keep going to kid. I don't think it's a kid's gonna get it, but a kid's also gonna get it and laugh at it and be stupid. But it's also $35-$40. I don't see a kid dropping that kind of money on that. It is for the man who's just a lonely man. Let him go to Target. I'm fine with getting it, but I think that guy felt better going to a sex place where he was respected because the weirdos that worked there were like, "Oh, Phil, how are you again? Great to see you. We got a new thing in. You'll love this." It almost feels like a Puerto Rican. He's like, "Ooh, I've been looking for that." You know what I mean? And he's excited. Like I think that we need to still keep these niche
your
places
shit in the dark, right? Keep your freaky flag in the little building on the side of the highway, so you're not walking up to a Target and throwing a fuck torso on the.
Right. I'm sure Amazon's already taken away most of it. I'm sure a lot of people are buying all their shit and having it delivered. For the few people that are going to the store, now Target is now taking away that. We don't need that gone because that means those billboards are gone with the giant billboard on the highway that makes everybody uncomfortable in the car. Like go to VIP or Fred's Pleasure Hut or whatever, where you're covering the kids' eyes. Yeah, it's like.
Daddy, what do they sell at Dr. John's Dildo Emporium? Nothing.
And I don't know if you know this little fun fact. I learned this years ago. On those billboards, when they have like the sexy woman, because it's so big, that was always a transsexual.
Oh, cool.
Because they did it because the guy's features looked better elongated when it looked like a woman. So trans people, before they were like just taking over every TV show and everything on TikTok, they were just on billboards pretending to be regular ladies. Some guy would see that and go, "I want to fuck that lady." And he had no idea he actually wanted to fuck a guy.
I didn't know that. Is that real?
That's real.
I believe you, and that's interesting because that means that's been the ploy all along, where the guys come in and take the ladies' gerbs, huh?
Yeah. So all of that saying that business be gone. We're taking jobs away from transsexual models. We're taking jobs away because Target's not going to put them on billboards. They sell their bathing suits, but they don't have them work there or do anything. We're taking away the small little stores and all that stuff. Who is the piece of shit in this story? Is it Target for selling sex toys? And you can think any way you want. The way I'm going, where I'm destroying mom and pops, for going making it available so kids can get it. Is it Walmart for putting them behind glass, saying we are savages here at Walmart, and we know you can't keep your mitts off it. And Target's like, we know gentlemen and gentlewomen shop here, and we know that you can be graceful and buy it without having to bust through glass. Is it the mom and pop shops for not taking advantage of this and saying, why would you let people go to these the big sex shops when the little mom fucks pop shops need your money? Is it me for not just walking by 3 Target employees getting toothpaste and then not knowing that? I have been very fine not knowing this was in Target ever. Or is it the guy who buys Little Sucker because he thought it was for his penis and then he found out it's for a lady's bean
Yeah, you did.
Then he realized his dick's so small it still works on him.
Where's it at?
Who's the piece of shit in the store?
I want to see it. It's somewhere in your house right now. You better go get that fucking the little sucker.
I wish I bought. I have no money like that. Bobby joins us in the best time ever.
Hey, Bobby.
What's going on?
We are in the middle of a sex talk thing, so I'll let Jody do the thing first, the POS thing, and then I'll catch you up real quick.
Yeah, the biggest piece of shit in this situation is anybody that sells dildos. It's 2023.
Anyone.
You can get dildos online. You can get fuck dolls and inflatable sheets.
Yeah, but they're still selling them.
Yeah, but why? That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't have to go to a brick and mortar and look at some other fucking weirdo to be like, can I please have this fuck butt that I'm going to take home? Like, no, you don't have to meet anybody except the mailman, and he doesn't know what's in that fucking box.
Yeah, but that's the whole point. Those people, yes, in our minds, we think that it's sexy, and then people who are having sex with other people are getting that. In reality, people who are buying sex toys don't have human contact. The one place they can go and feel okay about being the degenerate or the filth that they want to be is at the little tiny mom and pop sex shop. They go to a Target or they buy it online. If they buy it online, they can't talk to the FedEx guy about what's in the box, and they have no one to talk to about it. Yeah, they might have a YouTube channel with 3 views where they talk about testing out all the toys on their asshole and how it works and stuff. But besides that, they have no one. All they had was that creep who let him go in that back room and watch a weird video just because he's bought 4 toys that day, like a Subway card. And that's all he's got to talk to.
Pat, can I put a pin in that for a second? Bobby, can I ask you a question? I know we just met and all, but like, how old are you?
I'm 30.
30. Okay. So, have you ever gone to a dildo store where you can go jerk off in the back?
Yes, I didn't go to the back, but Fantasy
But they have
Island.
the option.
Yeah, Fantasy
most of them
Island.
do.
I've not been in one lately. I didn't even realize that was still a thing. I figured since COVID, like, you probably wouldn't be able to go to a jerk booth in the back of the store, huh?
If
Still
you're
6
driving,
feet apart.
if you're driving from Harrisburg
Yeah.
to State College, where Penn State is, there's like nothing except for one row where there's a Sheetz and like 9 strip clubs, and one of them is called Fantasy Island. They call it Porn Row, and I took a girl in there one time. Thought we were gonna do stuff. We didn't.
Why would you? That I would rather fucking
Was not.
body.
Oh yeah, it was not my idea. No. She was like, "Let's go in and pick out stuff," and I was like, "Oh, this will be fun. We'll use it later." We did not.
Okay.
We did can for Thon. We raised a bunch of money for kids with cancer, but we did not get to use any of the toys.
Would you like a? That's where they should be asking people. Instead of the gas station or at Target, at the dildo store, they should be like, "Would you like to donate $5 to kids with cancer, or else?"
And that, Jody, is where you and I think alike, and why Thon now has an official rule in their bylaws that you're not allowed to can outside of a strip club, because boy, is it easy to guilt trip people.
Yeah, I'll just take your picture first, and then go, you got $10 to spare for little burnt up kids at the children's hospital, you fucking cocksucker.
I see that wedding ring and be a real shame. All I need is $100 for this dance marathon we do.
I know your pastor. I'm sure he would love to know all this stuff that you're doing in your spare time, you piece of shit.
Exactly.
So, Bobby, you might have seen me share it in the last couple of days, but I went to Target and saw they're selling sex toys there. And that was the story of the piece of shit thing. But my whole story about being a piece is not so much that Target's selling it, is it that the big conglomerate mega store is destroying the mom and pops of the one last place that people were going to for things where they could feel like they weren't a creep. Now they got to go to a Target and pick up this thing that says little sucker or penis pleaser. And then it also, by the way, I think you saw the picture I put up. It comes in a box that's colored like children's medicine. So that's even weirder that it's like that. And so I was saying, with that problem being there, in Walmart, someone told me Walmart has it behind glass like formula. So at Walmart, you have to ask for it, which is even worse than just taking it at Target and going to the self-checkout.
Is it worse, or is it your chance to shoot your shot with a cute waitress or a cashier?
I don't think they're going to let the cute girl come to you. I think the guy who gets the key to that is a big...
It's not going to be up to her once I get those toys out, whether or not she comes.
They're going to fucking play rock, paper, scissors for you. They're like, I don't want to do it.
Dude, the same guy who opens the gun case is opening up the dildo. And by the way, I know we keep saying dildo. There was no dildos at Target. It was tiny little vibration things in a box.
The sex toy section getting all judgmental about people.
Does he show you how to load the butt plug like he does the gun?
Yes. So, who do you think the piece of shit in this is? Is it Target for now selling? They sell everything. Walmart, Target. Why do they need to do that? That's the one thing they could have left alone.
Bobby, is it? He feels threatened by Big Dildo. Is his point? He's really.
Or I'm just trying to run a show, Jody. Either way, just trying to get conversation going. Or there's the mom and pop shops for not keeping their customer on board so much that they wouldn't have to do that. Obviously, they did Target, places like that. They do their research. They realize people will buy them if we sell them. That's how they always take things in.
If you sell it, they will come.
Good job.
Yeah, you hope. Or he will come alone. Or anyone else you want to pick. Who's the piece of shit in Target selling the little sucker and other things?
Pat, it's not just you. It's people who, like you, have lost their faith in humanity and assume that big sex shop is going to be in Target and destroy mom and pops. Whereas I feel what's going on here is it's going to be a gateway. Like, you're going to start with a little sucker, you're going to lose your interest in that, and you're going to need to step up to the next level. They're not going to have that at Target. It's like a bicycle. They have Huffies. If you really get into biking, riding a Huffy, though, you're going to have to go to a bike shop to get something good.
I like the way this guy thinks.
This is kind of for people to see, is this something I'm into? And most of them, it's going to be no. And thank God you only spent $12.99 while you were picking up the latest episode of The Office.
And I would normally agree. And this is my fault for not cluing you on this one small detail.
Sorry.
No, my bad here. Little sucker, which, by the way, you, just like everyone else would think that, is not for your penis. It's for a woman's bean. So they only had one thing for a guy, which is like basically a pocket rocket type thing. You know, it was like a penis pleaser. 2 things for women. So, yeah, if there was a guy and a little sucker to suck a guy off, yes, that guy would go, I need more. I don't know if a woman is going to buy those 2 things there. I think it was more so probably because women weren't going to go to the sex shop if they wanted something. They're like married or whatever, and maybe they feel better going to Target, but it's still weird.
I get what you're saying, and there is some to that too. And part of the other side of this is, like, it's kind of like the argument with AI where you go, like, sure, AI can touch up how you look in a video and make you look prettier. You don't need makeup, but it can't create the new trend in makeup, right? Like, what the sex shop offers for men, like, I know there was only one for them, but we'll start with them.
Did you check the electronics department, Pat? Maybe you just didn't look in the right place. You could have been over by the Bluetooth headsets or something.
I shouldn't admit this. Because of this, I did walk around the store looking to see if they had other things.
What else do they have, dude?
I was like, is this all set? Am I not in Target? Is this a wrong place?
Yeah, you got to look up at Target. You'll see the good shit up on the top shelf.
But like, for men in particular, so instead of just a pocket pussy, now you're fucking your favorite porn star's pocket pussy. You know what I mean? Like, the level of detail is going to be there for specificity.
See, I don't think the guy who goes to Target has a favorite porn star. I think he just doesn't want to fuck his wife.
Yeah,
we're open up that gateway.
Wrestling figure section where to just have them all lined up in boxes, dude.
But thanks to, and then for the women thing, I get what you're saying. Typically, women aren't the one who escalate. But thanks to the nice work of Dr. Climax at his clinic down in Tampa, Florida, we know there are levels of vibrators.
Right.
So you might start with that, and then eventually you're going to need the jackhammer to feel anything inside, kind of like I do emotionally.
I just imagine like the gun rack now. Remember how I used to have those at Walmart where it's like they had like a 12 gauge and a 243 and a 30-30, and then now it's just going to be dicks on the wall just going, hello, ma'am.
God, it's a whole home invasion. Give me the big one.
Yeah, this is.
I thought you said homo invasion. I'm like, it's a whole different section.
It works both ways.
That would be. It's actually Target for not drawing the line there. Being like, this is only for men. This is only for women.
Yeah, you don't tell me what I do with my sex toys, you piece of shit.
Yeah. So I would say it's society that we've allowed it to get to this point.
And I also feel bad for the people that now, you know, obviously you can have people shop for you. And I think that's going to be the issue. Because most people that are going to want to get this thing are going to go make somebody while they're doing their DoorDash or their Postmates run in, get them milk, a T-shirt, and a fucking little sucker. And now you have to be the one, even though it's for someone else, you're the idiot holding it.
They bring you a pocket pussy, you call it DoorGash now?
You could call it, or Horgash.
Ooh, I love that idea. But, Pat, I like to look at things on the whole. So
holes.
Exactly.
I see you working.
So individually, it might be awkward for the hot chick who now has to go into Target and buy the sex toys for you.
Hold up.
But on the entire, now a bunch of people are seeing this hot chick awkwardly have to buy sex toys. So they're going to enjoy the rest of their day. So I think more good is going to be done than bad. What do you think?
I think homeless people are just going to steal them and they're going to fuck things on the benches. I don't think anyone is actually going to buy sex toys from Target. I'm sorry. I think it's just too weird for people to go to that store and combine those two thoughts. Most people that go to Target, family people, their brain is wired one way. Yes, they can also be horny, but they're not going to allow church and state to come together. You know what I mean? I just don't think they will. It's going to be weirdos buying it or stealing it and then selling it bootleg.
Good call.
I feel like Target's always been a step up over Walmart because like Walmart's always been prudish. Like they sell CDs without the bad words in it and stuff. Like you go to Target and get real CDs with the advisory logo. Right. Like they should be the ones that are selling sex toys, kind of. Like they're your cool uncle versus your fucking parents.
Has anybody made? I know I got in late. Has anybody made a dicks joke yet?
No, probably because we waited for you. You worked there, so that's all you.
We saved all the dicks for you, buddy.
Yeah,
but Bobby, the thing is. So Walmart, when I posted this, people started writing all this crazy shit, and most people were joking around laughing. But of course, some people were like, "This is an outrage. Children are gonna see it." I go, "Grow up. Whatever. You're gonna be okay. If you can't have a conversation with your kid about that, you're not a fun parent. If your kid can't go, 'What's a little sucker?' and you make fun jokes, but also don't damage your kid, you're a shitty parent."
What's this for, Dad? You put your dick in there.
And then my dick? No, you don't put your dick in there. Someone puts their. And then you're laughing. Ask your mom. That's a fun thing. She go over there and ask your mom, "What's a little sucker?" It's like your dad. And it's a whole fun family thing. But Dad, Walmart. Go ahead.
Would you need a little sucker? Well, you know how your mom acts like a cunt every so often. What's a cunt? Well, it's actually what the little sucker represents.
I found out through there that someone's like Walmart does sell them, but they're behind glass, like we were saying before. So it's even weirder that Walmart is, still doing that. They're censoring their music, but they're also making you feel shame, like in a very Catholic way. Walmart likes to rock.
They want you to buy those condoms.
We want you to walk up here and you have to announce to us that you're doing it. We'll let you do it, but you have to let everyone know. Target's like, it looks like Motrin. You're okay.
By the way, they don't really sell sex toys at Walmart. Like it's like little finger vibrator things.
Well, these aren't real sex toys. I couldn't pull the picture up, but it's 3 little boxes, and they're not. Sure. This isn't. You're not buying a fist at fucking Target.
But it's not not like at Walmart. It's a vibrator, a finger strapped little, either a thing that goes over one finger or two.
And that's what this might be. I didn't take it out of the box and test it out. I just read the thing.
You bought it?
There.
Oh, I thought you were reaching back like
I told him to go get it already.
You got it right in front of you?
My phone. I was getting a picture.
You got it right there, buddy. Let's find out.
Let me pull it out of my ass first. Hold on.
Bobby, imagine I waited a half hour to go.
That would be the amazing reveal, dude.
Bobby, the podcast now is you and I reviewing sex toys.
Can we please get the... Lainey keeps emailing us like, Pat, your podcast is literally designed for my clients. And we just keep going, nah, we'll get back to you.
I got an email from her the other day talking about a guy who has a book named Vic Legina. He has a book.
Hell yeah, dude.
That's his name, Vic Legina.
Maybe Vic can teach me how to get some women.
I don't think so.
Typically, the director just says, and action. And there's there for you, waiting for it.
And then afterwards, the woman has to do it like I'm okay, I swear. Video.
The best part about Walmart, though, and they're putting it behind glass, Pat, is you get to really, if you also have a shame kink, where being shamed turns you on, you get to kill 2 birds, 1 stone. You're going to be sopping wet by the time you get those sex toys on.
2 birds, 1 bone.
I got
Name of the podcast.
Yeah, dude.
Jody, I love your aesthetic, dude, and your big pipe. Can I smoke my big pipe while you smoke yours?
Yeah,
please.
smoke pipes.
Awesome.
Okay, Bobby, here's the names of the 3 toys, okay? One is the one for a guy is called Stroker. It's a double-sided toy for penis play.
Okay, time out, Pat. Because here's the thing. You know what this is, right, guys? It's a water weasel. You remember when you were a kid, the little thing full of water, and you try to hold on to it, and it slips through your hands? So it's like a water-filled Chinese finger trap, right? So you can put your dick in it. You can put your dick in it and stroke it, but it's also saying it's double-ended, so you can get your buddy to come over, and you both could fuck half.
I don't think it's for your buddy.
What did it say? You said a two-hole.
Yes, you could go all the way through, so it comes through. It's better for cleaning, I think.
Did your parents make the decision to cut off your foreskin for you? Do you feel robbed of the opportunity to dock with another gentleman? Well, boy, do we have a toy for you. Yeah. Introducing the Mr. Stroker. Hi, sharks. Mark, I'm guessing you're cut, Mr. Wonderful. It's probably not so wonderful beneath the waist. Let's get up here.
Yeah.
The double-decker is not just a bus in England anymore.
I got bad news for Kevin O'Leary. Our bellies are gonna touch before our dicks do.
Then there's the vibrating stroker. which is a rib massager for penis play.
Okay.
But it's got
Like a
ribbing.
throat? It's a throat?
Wait, is it a rib massager or is it
A ribbed massager.
You got barbecue sauce in it? All right.
Yes. The McRib.
It's finger licking good.
And then there's Little Sucker, an air suction toy for vaginal play.
That's how you don't want to suck the pussy.
By the way, I noticed.
I know Lil Wayne says he sucks the pussy, but that's how you get a blood clot and kill the chick. You don't
That's
want
what I was
to.
going to say. I feel like you get a hickey right on your bean, dude. That's not fun.
And
Can you imagine, ladies? There's no button. There's no
now
button.
that I closed up on the picture I took, the brand name is Hello Cake.
So it's for fat chicks. That sounds about right.
Imagine, like, we can't call it dick stuff. What are we going to do? Ooh, well, fat bitches will buy it, right? And high people. Let's call it Hello Cake.
I like it. Who's gonna fuck this water weasel if we put ribs on the inside of it? Stone teenagers.
All right, let's play the game. Can you guess the price? For Stroker. Both of you get a guess.
Are we
Stroker.
going,
A
we're going
double-sided.
Price is Right rules?
What?
We're going prices right rules?
We're just going to go guessing. You don't have to go lowest to $1 or over. Just who gets closest. Stroker. A double-sided toy for penis play. Bobby, what's your guess? Remember, you're in Target.
$24.99.
That seems about right. Hold
Jody.
on. Was it on sale or am I guessing the full retail price, Bob?
This is full retail price.
$19.99, Bob.
Ding, 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 ding. $19.99.
I'm good at this game.
All right. Vibrating stroker. A rib massager, a penis play. Now, Jody, you got it right, so you go first.
Okay, so we're adding a battery aspect and extra density to the material. I'm going to say $26.95, Bob.
Bobby?
I'm gonna say $27.99, but I bought the 3-year
that's
replacement
how they get you, dude.
plan. Yeah,
Fuck.
$3.
Now, I don't have warranties involved. So,
Okay.
unfortunately, but Bobby, because if we did add in the fake price you made for it, the
Correct.
price of the vibrating stroker is $30.99. So you basically are right with the $3.
With the warranty.
Hell yeah.
I would buy it just to put it in a box and mail it to some asshole and be like, I broke it. I want my
Broke it
money
in my
back.
butt. Yeah, I got an iron butt.
And finally, Little Sucker, an air suction toy for vaginal play. Bobby, price? Now remember, this is your first vagina price, so do you think women are valued more or less?
Oh,
Well,
that's
I
a
know
good
women
point.
have to
Think
pay
about the
more
wage
for
gap.
everything. Yeah, so I'm gonna go $39.99, but you could also just go down the aisle to the baby section and get an ear suction thing, which is really the same product for $22.99.
That is a good point. Yeah, ladies. Oh. I'm
Jody.
assuming what do women make? Like 70% what men make, so they're gonna knock that back a notch. There's no batteries.
Yeah, but a guy's going to buy it for Valentine's Day and think it's a good idea, then get divorced.
Or a stocking stuffer. I'm gonna say it's less. I'm gonna say $10. It's
$31.99. $1 more than the other toy.
I thought this was just a thing that you squeeze and it sucks on your fucking bean. Like, what? Does it at least light up, or
Hey.
does it have some fog machine or something on it?
You forgot that you're at Target. Target, who made bathing suits for transgendered people. Women have higher value, and men who pretend they're women also have higher value, so therefore $1 more.
Whatever.
New character. Trans guy who's really mad his female sex toys aren't working. What am I supposed to do? Just rub this vibrator on my cock? It's not doing anything.
This thing's not sucking on my pussy balls.
Yeah, right on the tip of it, just going. Yum, yum, yum,
This
yum.
vibrator's transphobic.
My ass pussy's not getting sucked good.
This dildo's not working on my pussy.
Remember, that was a character. That wasn't me.
And I was also being his friend. The sidekick.
Who's also trans.
I'm just some guy that's hanging out in Target buying fucking sex toys.
Jody's
today.
the guy we're making uncomfortable in Target.
I'm just trying to buy toothpaste, and you guys are arguing about why this is on the shelf.
Now, if you're going to go buy it, we have the two penis ones. You're doing it for yourself. If you're going to go, do you buy them both, try them both out, and return one?
I'm not going to want to replace the batteries. I'm going to be honest with you. And I'm kind of cheap. I'm drinking Colt 45 now. Like, I'm always the cheapskate. So I'm going to take just the single dose. In
just
fact,
the thing you fuck?
Pat, I might go to the kids section, like I said earlier, and just get a water weasel and take that home and fuck it with some baby water.
I will guarantee you water weasel costs like $49.99 during the summer, and you can't get it during the winter.
No, they're $5 in a little like when you forget to buy your kid toys thing, like the little tiny section.
I mean, that's not the water weasel. That's like the butt devil or whatever, like the shit side, the shitty generic one.
I can fit inside the kids section as what? Wait. That didn't sound good. I can fit inside the one that they sell in the kids department better.
Yeah, I don't think any of these are made for girth.
Yeah.
I'm guessing if you're at Target buying something to fuck, they're not expecting a lot from you.
$25 is a lot.
That's where you're wrong, Pat. See, Target likes to fancy itself the classiest of all the shitty box stores.
Yeah.
So, like, typically they don't even carry much above XL. Like, they're looking for the best aesthetic. They want you to think you're better than everybody else.
Target,
so you're
no fatties.
It's going to be one of those things, kind of like that underwear that all the comedians got, and then when the dick pocket doesn't work. And it's like you're just putting out there that you're not the ones they designed it for.
Correct.
Yeah. First of all, I don't know what Target you're going to. When I walk in, every picture of a model is a 400-pound fat lady fucking with a unibrow, posing hard in Spanx in a fucking bra. So there's no small or mediums at the Targets near my house.
Are you sure you're not shopping at a Kmart?
No, Kmart's gone. We lost that too. I was telling you, we're so bad in this area. We lost Kmart. We lost Walmart. Walmart couldn't survive where I live.
That's crazy. They want you to die, dude. I think that's like a food desert or something when there's no Walmart.
Dude, I wonder if it had anything to do with having to wait 30 minutes to get a 6-inch tuna sub at their Subway.
That wasn't near my house. That was
well, fuck
we were
that
at the
Walmart.
comedy club. Yeah, that was fucking an hour away from me. But still, that
They
Walmart's still
closed down
there.
his Walmart to get people over there to make fucking tuna subs at the other one.
Yeah, but dude, I've never seen. We actually just got my town got excited because we got another dollar store. Like it was like in the Facebook group. When is it fucking opening? It's like,
whoa! You're like, I need you to calm down about the.
Was it a Dollar General like the DG yellow?
We already had a Dollar General. This is just dollar store.
No, fuck. I got stock in Dollar General. I say put them up on every goddamn corner around America, baby. I'll take my little 20 cents every time they put one up.
How much is stock? It has to be $1, right?
No, it's like $60 a share.
Bullshit. It's a Dollar General.
No, fuck that. It's $1 to spend money there. And nothing in there is $1. That's Dollar Tree, motherfucker. Dollar General it's rounded off at dollars.
Now, Bobby, so you know, Jodie's not only a fun guest, but also one of the few guests that actually comes prepared with his own POS story.
Oh, I love that.
And he has ready to share things. So we're doing a whole thing here.
It feels like Jodie prepared stories, whereas a lot of the guests we have on have stories about their lives, but weren't necessarily ready to tell them until we drag it out of them. So this is
this isn't even about me. My good stories are in my podcast. You gotta go listen to the fucking show for that.
No. I just mean, like, normally for Dan Brown, for instance, we'll just say something off the cuff, like, and that's how I fought the bees yesterday. And you're like, Dan, tell us about these bees, buddy. And then we just sit back. I love that you.
Or when he was like, that time I was at work and a retarded guy tried to rape me. We're like, okay, tell us more.
Let's get into that a little bit, buddy.
You need to lead with that next time, guy.
He forgets. He just says it like it's normal.
Sorry, I was looking at other parts of this article. Here we go. Anyway.
Yeah, I just saw a beaten person.
So my piece of shit of the week, I guess, and it's not even you get to decide who's the piece of shit, I guess. I know Pat's a fan of wrestling, and we were speaking of fuck toys. You guys remember back in the 90s there was this blonde-headed chick named Sunny? She was running around Tammy Lynn Stitch.
Yep. And Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels fought over her. There was a lot going on with her.
They tag teamed her. I think X-Pac shit in her soup one time. Like, there was a whole thing. Yeah. There's a lot of lure with Sunny because she was just a hot, dumb slut that hung out in wrestling. And then, like, after the 90s, when she didn't have a job no more, she kind of went downhill, right? So, come to find out, Sunny, what is it, last year before, she got into a terrible car accident and she killed a guy. I don't know if that was common knowledge. I feel like I saw it on the internet, right? Did you guys know she killed a guy?
I knew she was in a car accident. I did not realize that someone died from it.
I just thought it was a bad AEW storyline. My bad.
No. This was real deal. Like, she's had problems over the years with drugs and alcohol, and she's gotten like 5 fucking DWs.
She made a porn.
She made a. You ever seen it, Pat? You watched it?
Yeah, I did check it out. I was very mad.
I wasn't mad, but like I wasn't even mad. I was happy.
Dude, she was so hot in the 90s, and she was such a fat mom.
No, it was great, because in my mind, I go, I could nail Sonny if I really
I know. I thought that too, but I don't want to nail this Sonny. You want to nail the original Sonny.
It made her very obtainable, in my opinion, Bobby. Now, are you a wrestling guy at all, Bob? You know any of the lore, the people, or the characters?
I've become more familiar with it in the past couple of years, mainly through Pat and Eastside Dave.
But Sonny was big at the very beginning of the Attitude Era. She was like even before Sable, Sonny was the hot chick.
Okay.
So this is Sonny in circa 1990s, and she was.
And just so Bobby, you know quickly, she was so great. She was married to another guy, Chris Candido, and then when he came over to wrestling with her, she started fucking everyone in the locker room and basically cucking this guy, and everyone just like fuck off to him. And he died years. I think he might have killed himself. But
2005, he died of a drug overdose, I believe.
Right. Either way, it was real sad because she was just getting trains run. Shawn Michaels even would say like quotes like, I was just having a sunny day. And like on the shows, and like people would know what he meant. He just fucked this guy's wife.
Yeah.
I've got a good way to turn this into a POS story then after this.
Okay.
It's really not that hard to figure out, Bubba. So what happened is Tammy Lynn Cinch, the real person, has had like 5 DUIs. She's been in a lot of trouble for drugs and alcohol. And a while ago, she ran a stop sign. She was fucking wrong way on a one-way street. Like, she's a fucking menace, bro. And she fucking rear-ended a guy or head-on some shit, and she killed the guy. So now she's getting charged with fucking DUI manslaughter, basically.
Yeah.
Where she's at. It could be a 25-year fucking sentence max.
Yeah, she killed the guy.
Killed him dead, yeah. So
Yeah.
And she didn't have a driver's license because she already had like 5 fucking DUIs. 4 counts of DUI causing injury, 3 counts of DUI causing property damage.
Okay. I don't like her odds so far.
No, she has 3 Billy Joels and 4 Caitlyn Jenners.
Yeah.
She's got a Michael Jackson in there, or Michael J. Fox.
I was going to say she has a Michael. I didn't know what the Michael Jackson.
That's the wrong one. It's the wrong Michael.
Luckiest kid ever.
Am I thinking that? No, not Michael J. Fox. Who's the guy? Ferris Bueller. He killed the guy.
Matthew Broderick?
Matthew Broderick, yeah.
Yeah, killed some guy. But I don't know.
Scotland and then fled. He's like, I'm just not going to go back to Scotland.
Like you do. Like, if I killed somebody, I'm at least going to make you work for it. I'm not just going to hang out there till the cops show up. That's dumb.
Exactly.
Ferris Bueller took off. That's the name of that one.
So look, here's the deal. She's been diagnosed. She's got bipolar disorder and dissociative personality. Like, she's got some shit going on. She's a wackadoo, right? So I think they're trying to get her a lesser sentence because of her situation, because it's a maximum 25, it's a minimum 10. She's going to go to prison for a little while.
Right.
Yeah.
And we'll find out later in the month what happens. I guess she's got to learn her lesson one way or the other. But my question is, who's the bigger piece of shit here? Is it Sonny, or is it the attorney who's having to argue that she's like retarded and fucking crazy, so like maybe she didn't go to prison the whole time?
But Your Honor, she's retarded.
You don't understand.
Look at her.
Talk about a bunny in here right now. She tackled 4 fucking people to get to that bunny.
She has 7 DUIs, Your Honor. Who let her have keys?
Right.
Who is your first witness to testify on her behalf? Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
I think he's dead too. But
he is. That's why it was more fun to do.
They just start bringing in old wrestlers to verify for Sonny.
Junkyard Dog, he's also dead. They just named dead people. Owen Hart, fuck. All right. It's like Chris Benoit, shit.
Chris Candido. Oh, fuck.
Oh, yeah, you might not do it.
Eddie Guerrero. Fuck. There's nobody on the list. So, yeah. That was my story. I hadn't heard about her in a while. I just remember hearing recently that she had fucking ran somebody over and killed the fuck out of them. So I'm curious, like, she's not really a celebrity anymore. I don't know if she carries any kind of clout that's going to get her out of at least 10 years in prison. So shit. That's the guy she ran over, by the way. Julian Lasseter, 75.
Oh. Dennis, no? was the actor's name?
He was 75.
He looks like Dennis Quaid, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it was
I'll go first on this one, Bobby.
Okay.
I think, obviously she's a piece of shit for running someone over with a car and all that stuff. But mental illness is a real thing, and as much as we like to say da-da-da, whatever, obviously she's supposed to be on tons of medication. She obviously was either taking that and then drinking a bunch. She had 7 DUIs and combining things, or not taking the medicine and drinking when she shouldn't have done with that stuff. If at this point in her life she doesn't have money, she's not rich in any that way, so she doesn't have handlers or things anymore to like watch for her. So she's on her own trying to do shit out there, losing her mind. Obviously she's at fault for this kind of stuff here. The lawyer who's taking her case is also not the piece of shit. He's got to take, he's got to do. Someone's got to take that job. He's hoping there's been lesser people that get, the court case gets picked up. He's probably thinking maybe I'll get some attention. Even if I don't win this, I can do a reality show how I try to save drunken women who used to be hot and now are gross or something like that. The piece of shit in this story is the guy who died. She hits you with your car, and then you can't even try to like stay alive enough to go, holy shit, son, is that you? Sonny, you look bloated. You look like Greg the Hammer Valentine. If you look at Greg the Hammer Valentine, look at that last picture, they look the same there. So that guy, if he didn't die like some kind of asshole, she wouldn't be in trouble, and she could have driven away. So the guy dying is the piece of shit. Bobby?
Why did Sonny get into a car accident, Bobby?
So for me, the piece of shit in this story is the lawyer. And it's not for the reason you stated, though. Okay? In American society, and she is an athlete, right? We have certain rules. If you're good enough at the sport you're doing,
just so you know, she may have wrestled one time. Like, this is even before the women wrestled. She was just a hot piece of ass walking out.
She definitely didn't get recognized in that current state either. Like, nobody saw her and goes, "Are you Sonny?" Like,
right.
No.
She used to come out wearing the Road Warriors colors, but just on her tits.
which reiterates my point even more. In that you either have to have done enough in your career, like Michael Jordan has probably gotten how many DUIs in his life that the cops were like, "Oh shit, it's Jordan. Here, sign this for me. We'll get you home."
Didn't someone in his family get off? Didn't his dad get? Someone got murdered.
His dad got murdered for gambling debt, allegedly. That Michael left basketball for 2 years to go play baseball to get around.
She did mess up, Jason. The understatement of the world, but Jason, yeah, she kind of messed up.
So you either do that, or you are currently playing at a point that distracts everybody, right? So you got Diana Taurasi, who's probably also got 7 DUIs. Jason Kidd, who's got equally many, but we're playing basketball at a level good enough that people are like, let it go. You could take it a step further, right? Kobe. The judge basically was like, here's a basketball. We're going to decide if you're guilty or not by your points per game, buddy.
Oh, I thought you meant the helicopter. I was like, dude, he wasn't flying it.
No. And then the last one would be Tiger Woods. Literally, if he doesn't win that Masters before he flips his car 19 times, he's in prison. But he pulled off that last Masters, which was basically his get-out-of-free jail card. So for me, it's a lawyer. You got to recognize your client hasn't done enough to be getting off of this DUI. You got to pay the crime.
Or she's just not hot enough anymore. She'd have kept it together a little bit. She probably could. She got off with 6 of them already, So
even if she was hot enough, she was such a train wreck as a person that the WWE didn't even recognize her anymore when they would do several times a year they bring back the old people no matter what. Like they've been dragging Sergeant Slaughter until his corpse was done. They'll bring people out all the time, men, women. She was not even talked about in that way. She wasn't able to go to signings and things or other stuff where you get the old legends because she was such a train wreck person that kind of ruined everything. So if she was able to even get that kind of fame back, like that just. She was at a signing at some small thing or something. She's at a house show for some shitty thing and they can say her name. She might have gotten off. But the fact that she was so forgotten, it's kind of like when you don't remember who the backup catcher for the Tigers was like 13 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I guess if you say their name, I might remember it, but that wouldn't get you off for shit.
I think it makes her the asshole. You just made my point for me. Like, if all she had to do was tap it in, I understand you got crazy shit going on, but like, don't try. I highlighted a thing here. In and out of jail in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, several parole violations. She tried to stab her girlfriend with a pair of scissors. That's not cool, bro.
Yeah, but maybe her defense, the girlfriend said, "You want a scissor?" You don't know.
I was just giving her what she wanted. She was asking for it.
Hey. I think her main reason for being a piece of shit though is that when you start fucking up like that, you have to get in shape again.
Yeah.
When you know you're gonna drive your car into shit all the time, you have to start to get kind of hot again. You can't be fat and a train wreck. You can be fat and then be a good person. Like Britney Spears, when she was like, "All right, I'm ready to be nuts again," she wasn't at her most ballooned. When she's writing the book, she knows she doesn't put the now picture. She puts the hot picture on the book. When she's dancing around, she looks nuts. You still like the body still looks decent. Yeah. You know what I mean? If she was 300 pounds and bloated, you wouldn't let it go.
That is true. If she was the other Spears sister, or Jessica Simpson or somebody like that, she wouldn't get away with that kind of shit, man.
Jamie Lynn Spears would not get away with it. Jessica Simpson would, because I think even now she gets shamed for being fat on the internet, but she's not fat. She's just fat for Jessica Simpson.
She's still hotter than 99.2% of the women that I've had sex with in my life.
But that 0.8, boy. That 0.8 is something.
A couple of them are high.
There's one woman's tits.
Yeah.
One woman's tits for man, one giant leap for mankind. So, Bobby, we didn't get to talk to you. You were running late. Did you have a crazy day or just traffic or what?
Yeah, crazy day. And then the city's gridlocked for some reason, leaving. Then I had a phone call that ran long, so I apologize.
Don't apologize, Bobby.
We had a good time.
All the time. This is my favorite thing to do in the world. I can't be cool stand-up comics like you guys, so I have to sit here in my fucking wife's office. This is my wife's office. I get this little corner over here with my stupid microphone on a cart to come in here and talk to assholes on the internet, and I enjoy doing it with people who enjoy doing it.
Well, Bobby, I'll beat you to it and go, well, these two cool comics don't have one thing you have, a wife.
Happiness.
Hey, old choice. And you know what? It's funny that you said that, because this is one thing I can say. I respect the shit out of stand-up comics, and this is why. I did 3 open mic sets. 5-minute sets, had to be kind of clean. Go in there when there was 12 people in the audience. But I felt it. When you get the laugh, it goes right here. It goes a little right here and a little right here. And I've done that 3 times in my life, and I used to do cocaine, and I can tell you it is one of the closest experiences. The way your heart pounds and the fucking adrenaline dump that you get from it, it's almost exactly the same.
Yeah.
So I understood there. I also had to stop doing cocaine at a point in my life. So I said, you know what? I can't afford this.
Look, I did 3 5-minute sets of cocaine and went right in.
I'd rather do cocaine because at least at some point I'm going to fall asleep. But that night, I remember the whole thing. I recorded them. They're fucking terrible, But it's one of those things. I had to try it. I had to see.
You
what
still
it
did
like.
it. I've been helping.
Hang on. We can't move on because I got to know this. So you're saying I can get the same feeling from just cocaine?
Yes.
Drive 6 hours one way.
It's the same thing. I've driven 6 hours for some blow, depending on how much.
I'll be right back. I gotta go talk to my landlord. I think I got a new career.
Bobby, why do you think comedy in the 70s in Boston was so great? It was just Lenny Clark and Dennis Leary just doing rails and being on stage at the same time.
Why do you think comedy or SNL now blows?
And I'm not moving on from it, Bobby. It actually led to a thing I wanted to say. Last week and then this week, I had to help out. There's a comedy school at the local comedy club in this area, the Stress Factory, and there's 3 comics who teach, or 2 comics and a writer who have helped teach it. And sometimes when one of them can't be around because they're traveling or doing whatever, they've asked me to come in and be like a guest teacher. So last week I did that with one person, and there's 4 comics there, 4 brand new people, and it really does get me excited for people that are excited about comedy, haven't done it, and I get to help them try to figure shit out. I clash with the other ways they teach because they're all they mean well.
Today's lesson: stereotypical accents. I know you've heard no so far, but boy, am I here to tell you they work.
Bobby, one of the teachers, his act is half that too, and I'm kind of like, I'm worried all the time. So it's like, but I kind of class. They kind of teach the whole grandiose, like when you're going to be on TV and when you're going to do this, and like they have them running long 10-minute sets when they've never written a joke. And I'm kind of, me, I'm the opposite. Like, let's get an opening line. Let's figure out what your point of view might kind of be or whatever. So I did that last week with one other teacher, and then that week, that one woman said to me, "Hey, I won't be here next week. I'm going to be traveling somewhere. This other guy will be here." And the third guy might be there too. And I said, "Oh, okay." No, because they pay me per time I go, so I don't care, whatever. And then I get message during the week where one guy who travels on cruise ships for comedy, he goes, "Hey man, thanks again for doing this. You should have fun." I go, "Yeah, that third guy, the guy who does the voices." I go, He'll be there, right? And he goes, "Oh, I don't think so." I go, "Wait, what?" He goes, "Yeah, you're just going to be by yourself." I go, "So the substitute teacher is now going to be by himself." Which, by the way, when I taught comedy school back in the day, I never had 3 people. I taught it. So that's fine. But I thought it was kind of funny. You're like, "Oh, you could fill in for all 3 of us."
They fucking hooked you into some bullshit is what it sounds
No, but it was great because I know some of them watched this too, actually, so I'm not being a dick. But it was really nice that when I walked in and I said it's just me, I watched all 4 of them go, "Oh, thank God."
Okay, they didn't want to get outnumbered. I hope that you walked in there like a coach. Like, you probably walked in like a nice homo and hugged everybody and go, "It's okay, guys. You don't get it the first time." I would have walked in there spitting sunflower seeds on the fucking ground.
You wait till 1 minute before the class walks
Slam
in.
it down.
You run in, throw your clipboard and go, season's going to be great if you focus on 3 things. God, your family, and stand-up fucking comedy.
Yeah.
Bobby,
like
first of all,
you walk in and slap somebody and go, "There's 3 rules you gotta follow."
Keep my wife.
Fart jokes, and then you slap him. I like it. "Keep my wife's name out your
goddamn
mouth."
mouth.
I'm just so jealous, Bobby, of Jody's accent because him saying "hug him like a nice homo" sounded so great. I say it, I sound like an asshole. Now, it wasn't either one of those because I got there earlier than everybody else because I know that the comedy club is a back room and they don't even set it up for anything. So I basically went from like, "Oh, I'm a big time comic," being a guest guy talking to you. Like, I'm setting up the tables and chairs alone.
Hello, Jensen.
Doing all that. So when they all came in, they would see me like moving stuff and then go, "Oh, hey." And I'm like, "Oh," then I explained it after. And no, I even said to them, we don't have to do the whole 3 hours. They all wanted to. I gave them more breaks. I understand what it is, but we actually just worked on, hey, you're going to be doing a show in 2 weeks. And I know you guys have all run like 8-minute sets. What's your first joke? And they're like, "Oh, we don't." So we just worked on that first part. And in my teaching, I don't want to offend anybody, but like when you start off, you don't want to fist her, you want to kiss her first. And I watched one guy write that down. He's like, "That's good." I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Don't put my name by that quote, sir.
Well, I have to. It's in my book.
That's how I would spend the 3 hours.
By Pat Oates. Like, at this point, like, you seem the kind of person that could actually give decent advice. You've done it long enough and you have a good personality. You're not some fucking cunt who's like, "This is how you comedy." It's like, yeah, it's kind of funny. Work on it.
No, I have become that guy. And as Bobby knows, part of our friendship kind of started that way, in a way where it's not like giving advice, but I'm so into comedy and people making jokes and that I just give advice even when people kind of don't even really ask, but they're happy to get it. Yep. But I don't do it like, "Oh, you should tell it like this." I kind of just see the joke in a way like a football coach watching game film where they notice something another person wouldn't. So I like that. And I wrote a book on it. I had taught comedy. So I know what I'm doing with it, but I just get excited for them. But I also want them to realize that they're not going to be any good. And that was kind of the whole thing. And then I get message going, "Hey, so next week," and they're like, "Yeah, it'll just be you and one." I'm like, "Oh, I'm back next week." I guess I'm just the teacher all the time.
You got a callback. You're the wizard.
All kidding aside, though, that is something. Like, Pat, there are a number of times I'll reach out to you before a show for a little guidance in a situation, or how would you approach this, right? And then,
I love doing that. It's like, with you, people I've met even on here, but like comics around here locally all come to me for advice like that, and I tell them that, please do. Like, I even told this class, so like, "Can we bother you? We know you're not the teacher." I'm like, "Yeah, fucking blow me up on Instagram. If you have an idea for a joke, go for it." But like Mike O'Donnell has done that many times, just throwing a joke by me and stuff like that. So even guys out that way.
It's very funny you use the football coach analogy because I was about to give you the compliment that it's not like watching film with you. You're very good at kind of analyzing the whole and giving quick, succinct, like, "Oh, this is what I would how," like, you know what I mean? You're good at summarizing. The other guy who really helps me a lot is Kevin Dombrowski, who sits there joke by joke and breaks it down like football film and is like,
right,
"Remember when you said this?" And you're like, "I think so. It was 5 minutes ago and I'm kind of drunk, but yeah."
Get your goddamn head in the game, Bobby.
See, but Bobby, really I learned early on that it's too hard for people to take that in. So I watch it like he says it to you. And then I just go, "What's the easy thing to say right here to kind of help?" And then say to you, if you want to go over it again, if you have the tape, send it to me, and then I can talk to you about it more.
Which is great, yeah. And not all kidding aside, like, the reason why it works well with Kevin without going too much into comedy is usually we're doing 2 shows back to back. So I do one show, he's like, "Hey, try this, and like focus on this, and this," and then I can do it right away. 10 minutes later, it's fresh on the mind. Whereas with you, it might be a week before I get to try out what we taught. You know what I mean? So I like them both, but yeah, you're very good at giving solid advice too, not just the good advice.
Because the advice I gotten from people were usually just mean. Like Greg Giraldo, it's in the beginning of my book, but like it was great to work with him, but he was just mean to me, and I learned to not do something because he made me almost cry and quit. And Mark Norman's advice wasn't mean, but I went up and I said, he was watching it, and I said something about slippery slope, but I was talking about Asian skiing, and then I walked in the back. He goes, they don't know slope. That's all he said. He's like, you gotta use gook. I'm like, okay. It doesn't fit the joke, but all right. Oh, but he's great. Bobby, do you have any piece of shit things?
No, I think I'm gonna pass on that for this.
I got one. I got an extra one if you want to borrow.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah.
Well, first of all, no, who's the piece of shit? The co-host who says I'm gonna pass this week.
One thing I bet he could agree on. That's why I've been thinking about it a lot lately. And that's why I told him earlier before the show, I said, I got two pieces of shit. One of them is circumstantial and one of them is somebody I really hate.
Okay. I was going to tag his story with a piece of shit. I know you said, was she married to? And
Chris Candido?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say it's the same situation, but instead of Candido, it's Benoit. And everything plays out like we know it. Who's the piece of shit in the situation? Is it Benoit for murdering his whole family? Is it his wife for letting him run train? Pat, we'll go to you first.
Well, this proves that you don't know a lot about wrestling, because his wife, that was in WCW, was fucking another man, and then Benoit stole her, another wrestler, Kevin Sullivan, and she was also known before that to sleep with a lot of people. So he basically did that anyway.
Okay. It is funny how he just pulled that out of his ass, and it's like, you're not far off, dude.
Yeah, it's like, you basically kind of nailed it.
We don't have to do the whole story, but I do feel a little more sympathetic towards Chris Benoit, R.I.P.
Yeah. Yeah, and also Woman was known for her good body, but she got older, so he killed her. Yeah. She wasn't in her prime. She was no Sunny now, but she wasn't good.
Which, going back to the good thing, is the nice part about Kobe in the crash, because now we don't have to see him like Muhammad Ali out there with Parkinson's.
I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying that I understand. Chris Rock, you like that?
We got it.
Dude, yeah, it was spot on. Yeah.
I love black people, but I hate.
We got it.
No, I don't know if I know that one. Keep going.
Women be shopping.
They do. Women be shopping. I did that in the comedy class because this one guy goes, so if they're not getting the point, should we repeat it? And I go, you ever watch Chris Rock? Yes. He repeats the premise 314 times each.
Go for at least 6. 3 is funny, so 6 has got to be double funny, right?
It's got to be the most. 27 is like 9 times as funny.
Now, if you can also bang the mic on your knee while repeating the premise 6 times, you can be the Chappelle Rock, which is just a legendary hybrid.
Right. Or if you're real excited, you miss the knee and you hit the thigh.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you kind of win some pain, but you got to keep going with the joke.
Right.
You can't fuck up your timing.
I love black people. Charlie Murphy.
Here's all my thoughts on trans. Boom. That's him hitting his trans penis against his leg. That's what it is.
Will Smith slapped me in my face. That was my Chappelle. That's not
yeah, but you were Chappelle being Chris Rock because Chris Rock got slapped in the mouth.
I like that, dude. That's double level comedy. Give me something else. I could do Steve Austin singing Garth Brooks.
I can do Corky from Life Goes On singing anything.
Yeah.
If I had a gun, I'd do R. Bud Dwyer for you guys right now, but life isn't that fortunate.
If one of you is here right now, I'd do R. Kelly.
I do a pretty good Steve
Which
Austin.
one?
But here's the funny part, Pat. Because you're married, you can probably appreciate this. My Steve Austin was birthed out.
I'm not married.
You're not married?
No, I've been divorced for over 10 years.
Okay, so then you'll understand even more. So my wife's voice, her inner monologue voice when I tell stories. You know, sometimes when you're telling your buddies about some shit that happened and you say, my wife said this thing, and you do like a stupid voice. Mm-hmm. My stupid voice for my wife is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Nice.
So when I'm fucking telling a story and they're like, well, what had happened? It's like, well, my wife was pissed off and I was making a lot of noise and she came out of the bedroom and she's like, if we're just going to stand out here and put dishes in the goddamn dishwasher at 8 o'clock at night, I guess we're just going to have to start doing that from now on. If I hear another sound come out of here, I'm going to come up and put a boot in your ass. Titties shaking everywhere, you know.
You don't want to hear the glass break because that's actually dishes.
That's me. It's scared when I hear the door open. It's
That was you slamming the dishes.
Yes.
All right, Jody, if you got one more, let's do it. Then get out of here.
I would like to give a personal shout out, a piece of shit trophy, because this is not up for debate. It's just something I've noticed. Then I hope that we can agree on this. The guy who invented No Nut November, I'm sure it had to have been some fucking hippie douchebag that was like, you should save up your cum for a whole month and abstain, and it makes you focus and all this other stuff. I hope that guy gets hit by a train.
Why?
Yeah.
He was trying. They raised money during No Nut November.
It is the most fucking. It's for children. Like, who you go a whole month without jerking off? Are you kidding me, dude? That is the craziest fucking thing I've ever heard.
And just getting back to the premise of you're more clear. I've never been more clear than the moment the sperm has left my body.
Yes.
I've never been like, oh, you fucked up, Bobby. More than that second where I have that. I seen the Jay-Z song. I go, thank you, God, for granting me this moment of clarity.
Almost nobody's ever gotten into a fight after they busted a nut, is what I'm trying to say. And if you make a dude not come for a month by any means necessary, you're going to have school shootings. You're going to have concert shootings. You're going to lead to the death of a lot of people because there's going to be dudes just walking around with poison in their balls. Like, this is a terrible plan. And I
you might not have gotten into a physical fight, but I've been in many arguments right after.
Yeah, but that was with the chick most of the time.
Right.
And I'm pretty sure the Quran says something about No Nut November, and we saw how they reacted. So
right,
I'm with you.
That's why it happens, dude. Like, I think this is bad for society. I think it's worse than any other thing that I've seen, and it's really starting to take hold. I hear all kinds of people to the point where they put in like capital whatever, and I was like, what's that an anagram for, you crazy motherfucker? And I go, oh, it's a nut.
Pat, you want to take that softball?
No.
Yeah. I can make something up. It sounds like a David Allan Coe song. Let me go.
Sounds like Stuttering John getting ready to say the N-word.
No, man.
First of all, though, we have to retract before you go any farther. You said it's for the children. What?
Like Wu-Tang. No November.
No, I know, but saving your nut for the children, or your children should not nut?
Children are the people, I guess, who should abstain from jerking off. And I don't mean children. I mean, like, kids, young people. I'm 36 now.
No, I'm saying, like, if I was 15, you could not get me to not jerk off.
Right.
16?
Are we sure he's a dude?
It has to be a dude, right?
This feels like kind of like, you know how a dude started the Free the Nipple movement?
Yeah, a woman definitely suggested this.
That's my thought. Yeah, I think a woman put it out there first.
If any woman ever heard a man go, hey, you know what, I was thinking about not jerking off for a month, they would go, I don't care. I really don't care if you jerk off all month or not.
No, I bet you it started with, I bet you couldn't even fucking jerk off, like, go one day without jerking off. You fucking filthy pig. I walk in here for 2 minutes. You've got the kid's sock you're wiping up with. I'm trying to do laundry. What the fuck is wrong? He's like, I can fucking stop jerking off whenever. I could go a whole fucking month. And then he thought, which month should I do? He's like, well, Thanksgiving, there's a lot of food. It's cold. And then Christmas, I'm going to want to jerk off a lot. So it's like, no, I can't do summer month. Yet November's fine. He should have chose February with the least amount of days. But he wasn't thinking. He's like, not November.
Or the least amount of stress. Like, you're walking around with a head full of steam and nuts full of cum in the most stressful time of the year. You got the holiday season. You got football playoffs. Like, there's all kinds of shit going on.
You get stressed out about football so much that you have to jerk off?
I don't care. I jerk off mid-game. I don't give a fuck. I don't watch football, guys. I
don't watch it either. I was like, maybe I should start now.
I get made fun of relentlessly because I don't watch football. I say all sports mostly are gay. So, and I get made fun of, oh, you don't watch football. Fuck off.
Now I do have a piece of shit story. But I think it was the online dominatrix community. They wanted to unionize, so they went on strike, and their protest was No Nut November. And then people were like, we should turn this into good.
They were probably step on nuts November.
They just wanted health care. Let's not mock their plight, Pat. All right, they're entertainers like we are. They're out there.
First of all, I think it's super weird that I've seen, like Jody has said, but I have seen that everywhere. Everyone's cool with calling it nut. It's crazy how, like, a housewife is like, yeah, no nut, no nut. It's like, dude, no, if a woman said, are you nut in my family? Like, leave my house.
That's why I think it was a man, because a woman wouldn't say that either. Thank you, Pat.
That part is crazy. Calling it nut is crazy.
Exhibit A and B is ladies don't say the word nut, except this one lady who said, damn, I just nutted in a song. Like, that's the only time I've ever heard a woman say nutted.
Yeah, like I guess no and not. You can't do like
Well, no, they had No Shave November. Shave starts with an S. It should have been.
Yeah, but it was no.
It should have been Stop Shaving September.
That must have been it because it was No Shave. Sober October. That's because that rhymes. No Shave was probably first, and then they're like, well, how about No Nut? No Jizz November is crazy. You can't say that.
I think women said they were going to respond to No Shave November with their own No Shave November.
Excellent.
So perhaps that evolved into No Nut November because it was
call
like,
that
I'm not
Merry
fucking
Christmas
a middle
in this
linebacker
house.
with those hairy days. Like,
Does that mean women can't orgasm either?
I guess if you're participating in No Nuts November.
I mean, if they're involved with me,
Yeah, there's some
never
wife
really a
who's
problem.
like,
Yeah.
oh, here's my No Nut.
If she's in my house, she's going to be under the same
Well,
roof.
bitch, walk yourself to Target and get yourself the Dr. Finger. Ladies and gentlemen,
By the
that's
way-
been the POS show.
Dr. Finger.
I could have tied it up better than anybody.
Why didn't they call it Dr. Finger? Like, holy shit.
A way better move.
Jody,
our
thank
first
you so much
t-shirt.
for coming on, man. We really appreciate it. Can
Jody,
you
I
let people know
apologize,
where
I
they
was
can
late.
check your shit out?
Yeah, Google search PoBoys podcast. Fucking, like I said, anybody I talk to nowadays, I will strike them if they speak ill of Pat Oates and now Bobby. You guys are a tag team.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
I am all in on the Pat Oates boat. I've been talking about you nonstop to my friends, and I'm glad that you finally got your computer all fucking worked out, because there's a lot of people that have been waiting for you to get back in the fucking pool, dude. And Bobby, you're in for it, dude, because I know he's just getting hundreds, if not thousands, of email requests and podcast
Yeah, man.
guest spots and stuff like that. So don't fucking worry about Pat Oates. He's gonna get you some shine real soon.
I got at
I'm
least 4
happy
people
Pat's
saying
back.
they want to come on, so it's killing.
Yeah.
This weekend, I'll be back on Who Are These Podcasts? I'll be back on with them very soon. So
Now,
thanks to
before
them.
we let Jody go, I got to ask you, the last guest we had on got hit by a bus, so if you could go the next 72 hours being very careful, I'd appreciate that, just so we don't get that reputation.
No, I'm good. I got shot in the face when I was a kid. I'm not worried about a bus. I ain't scared.
Well, we're not
Shit,
worried
there's no
that
nut
you're
November.
worried. We just don't want the rep that we are hitting people with a bus because we don't want them to come back on the show.
We have buses in Arkansas, dude. It's fine. You call me. I'm gonna end up sending you my phone number because I'm tired of commenting over email. That's how much I like you, Pat Oates. I don't look at email.
Same here.
It's the only goddamn way to talk to
You know what?
grandpa.
Don't get hit by a horse or a black, I guess, if in
Yeah.
Arkansas.
A black and a buggy.
Yes,
You're right.
You want that. Bobby, what do you got?
This 2 days from now, I will be at Mickey's Black Box, which sounds like it could use the Dr. Finger, but it's actually a club in Lidditz, Pennsylvania. I'll be performing with Earl David Reed. He's taping for some network. I'm not sure which. And then if you're in Lidditz and you're like, why would I go to Lidditz? Just stay the night, because the next night, Don Jameson's going to be there with a bunch of bands. So 2 good shows there. The following week, I'm at the Harrisburg Comedy Zone for the Children's Miracle Network benefit the night before Thanksgiving show. It's always sold out. There's like 10 tickets left, so maybe grab them there. And most importantly, December 1st, the Laughing Stock Comedy Club, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. It's your boy. It's Funny Girl with Tits, Sabrina Piper. It's Ron Kane. It's Jeffrey Paul. Come on out. I talked a lot of shit to get the headline this show, so please buy some fucking tickets. so I
Sabrina
don't look bad.
Piper's really funny. I've heard her on a few different shows.
Thank
Good
you very
call.
much.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
she's very
Did
funny.
you just
and I thought to
take?
get
Did
her
you just
guest on.
take thanks for someone else being funny?
I put a lot of work to get her that spot on that show, so I'm
Well, yeah, but
taking
he didn't
credit.
say great job getting her on the show. He said she's real funny, and you said thanks.
I don't say
Yeah.
that about Lady Comics very often. Sabrina Piper is all right in my book. So good call, kid.
Thank you. I was waiting for the good call. That was what the thanks was for.
I'm a
Pat.
nobody podcaster. I don't know comedy at all. I don't know what's funny or how to make jokes. But I'm telling
Jody,
you,
you like me, you like my friend Pat, and you like my friend Sabrina. As far as I know, you're an expert in comedy.
I take that. Thank you. sir.
Bobby's just mad he didn't get to handle Funny Girl with Tits first. That's all
Yeah.
that is. So, if you're on here anyway, subscribe, like, all the fun shit. You can see all my shit whenever. I don't care.
Don't you have any dates coming up or anything?
I
like
do. I
that?
said it in the last one. They're close by. I don't care. We'll say it in the next one. Let's just get out of here. Bobby.
If you can't join them, beat them, and don't be a piece of shit.
Yay.